Right guys, this is a drawing that's taken from the 2018 ordinary level paper. You can see it's an airplane with the main body and two wings and a tail fin. And I'm going to start drawing this in Onshape. So you want to go to Create, Document, call it Aeroplane, and Create. And you can see the way this is sitting kind of like slightly to the right. When we open it up and you see the planes open here, you should be drawing this body on the front plane. So we want to get the general shape of that there. So I want to go into Sketch. I'm going to pick the front plane. I'm going to, before I start on this here, I'm going to put in the name body. And I need to go to my front plane. I'll highlight it, hit the letter M, and we're about to draw this shape that's here. Now you can see it's not perpendicular at the back, it's at a bit of an angle. And it goes across and down, and there's a semicircle, or not a semicircle, but a quadrant here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of with that main shape. So if I go to the Onshape Studio here, we'll draw, I suppose, a horizontal line from here across. I'm going to come up at an angle. I need to kind of check this again. Yeah, it's a horizontal line across. And then it takes a bit of a dip down here some ways. I'm just going to end it off there anywhere. I'll pull that in a wee bit. So I've drawn a kind of a general shape here, and I'm going to actually let's see now, I could pick, yeah, a 3-point arc would probably be the best one here. So I need a center point and an arc. So that's what it's picking from. So I'm going to pick center point out to there. I'm going to just draw this so as it's kind of in line with the top of that. I'm not really going to line anything up here. I might just go to my relations here, pick vertical, pick that and that. Go back to our drawing here. Do we see what this is? 25. Put in a dimension here. Now this could go all over the place, I suppose, so maybe it'd be better to check this length. 65, 60. It's 125. 125. 30, 40, 140, 155, 165. So I'll put in that dimension here first, right? 165, 165. I think that's right. We'll just double check there. Now that isn't right either because it's 10 too many. Right, I'll recheck, redo that. So 155, 155. The radius is 25. 25, and I want to make that and that. Oh, yeah, get out of the thing, escape that, go to coincident, and put these two together. So now I've got a shape. Just hit F to bring everything into focus again. I know that the distance from that tail on the end is sitting out 10 more than what it needs to be. So I'll put in the dimension from there to there and drag this down. And I'll put that in 10. I need to recheck to see now what distance that is there. So go back to the drawing here again. I can see from there is in line 60, 15 and 15. So that's 90 to that corner is in line with that. So another 10 is 100. So right back into my drawing here. I'll go 100. Something I didn't check was the height. The height of it's 50 here on the end. So again, I'm still in my size. It's not too far away actually. And I need to put a dimension from here to here. So I need to double check now. What distance does that make? So we'll take 25 away from the 65, which leaves me with 40. So the distance between the edge of the wing and there is 40. So we'll put in that dimension from here to here. That's 40. Now, I think the reason why this is like it is here is because I don't have a dimension from the origin out to the line there. So I'll pick, and it's not the most crucial of measurements. So from here to here, I'll just go with kind of what is roughly half of it. I'll go 80, just a nice round measurement, and everything is kind of drawn there now to make the shape of the body. So that's the body. Need to do an extrude. I'm going to pick that shape. I want to go symmetrical. Now I didn't check the distance it should be. I see it's 10 there, 10 there, and that's 30 in depth, right? So we'll put in 30. And you now have the body of the airplane drawn. Now that's the extrude. I'm going to rename that there. Just this is important, of body. I'm going to OK that. So now I have the body shape drawn. I might just go and draw the wing here now, and if I draw one wing, I'll get the other wing, no problem, if I set it up the way that I've done. So I can see it starts kind of in line with that point there. The distance it is from here to here on the slope is 60, then 15. And it's in line with this here, which is out 45 from the back. So there's a few different dimensions that we want to kind of make sure that we have. So starting off, I want to sketch on the top plane at the letter N. It doesn't really matter which one I draw. I'll go for the bottom one here, down here. I have an idea of the general shape of it, so let's just go with that. I know this starts from kind of in line with that corner there, but I'm going to purposely draw it off that. It comes out here, it's a horizontal line, comes back some ways here, and then it joins up with that. And that's the general shape. So I want to take that point there, and I want this edge here. I want the two of them to be coincident. Even though it's down below that there, at the letter N, I want it to be in line with that. I know now that the distance on this end here as well too, if you've drawn your line horizontally, that distance is 15. And I know that the distance from there to there is pretty big. It's a distance of 60. And now I know that this dot here at the end of the back of the line, from there to in line with the back corner, is a distance of 45. And now, while I have those dimensions in, you can see it still hasn't turned totally black here, because we haven't a thing in relation to the origin. So I'm just going to put a distance from here to here. It's been 15. You see it's grayed because it's already got that. And maybe just to set these in place, maybe I could pick, escape that. If I pick the angle here to here, even if I had the dimension, it'll probably do the job. So it's in line with that. I put in the angle, and that'll keep it there, even though the angle isn't in the actual drawn part itself. Right, okay, let's go to the next stage of that there. That's a sketch, and that's a sketch of the wing. I'll okay that. Going to extrude it. This will be the extrude of the wing. I'll pick this surface here. And the distance it comes up is actually 20. And it's coming straight up, and I'm happy with that there. But just be careful not to hit add. I want to make it new, because the wing will be a different colour then, and it's also a body. You can see down in the parts here, it's another part. So I'm happy with that there. Now I've got a part, and I'm going to OK that, and have it named and everything. And if I take this, let's see now, escape. Yeah, I'm moving it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted. I want to mirror that, and you can see the front plane is in the middle. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to go up to the commands here, hit the mirror, and the part that I want is part 2, and I want to make a new part, and I want to mirror it. The mirror plane is the front plane. You can click that from either of the two views, and that has created me the wing. So I'm going to edit that. I'm going to just call it mirror wing. So now you've mirrored it onto the other side. Now, the thing is, it's gone and it's actually made it all one part. So I'm going to go back into that mirroring, edit it. I didn't want it all one part. I'm going to go new and OK that. And now you can see they're different colour, so they're different parts. I'm happy with that. Hopefully that's come up clear enough on the video. And the next one then is the tail wing, and I want to draw that. So we've got dimensions here. You can see 20, 45 and 30. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to draw it, sketch it on the front plane, go normal 2. That's not right. Now I'm going to exit. I want to front plane, normal 2, and I want to sketch. And it's on the front plane, okay. I have to focus in, move it for yourself. I could just draw the general shape. I do know that it starts from this back corner here, although it's not clicking in here for me. So maybe I'll just draw shape vertical, horizontal, and I'll draw this. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I could take it from that and bring it across a dotted line and put it there. Now you can see it's not touching it, but I for some reason it wasn't touching that there, and I could just go up and I could hit coincident with this and this line here, and it'll pull it together. It should pull it together. I'll maybe horizontal. No, that's not. It's not going to do it for me. Coincident. No, it's not working for me. So I'm just going to delete that. Hit this here again. It's going to draw on the front plane. For whatever reason, it's not picking up on that line at all. Yeah, that's not great now. I think I'll just draw the shape again, see if I can get that to work for me this time. And if I go, even if that's not level, if I click that, I'll click that, and I'll go coincident, it should be alright. You can see that line's not level there now, so I'll click that line and I'll make it level. And you can see now I've got the shape of my tail fin. I can't remember the measurements now. It's 20, 45 and 30. 30 high, so put in the dimensions. 30, 20, and from this line over to this dot is 45. And there we have the tail fin now drawn on that there. And all we want to do is extrude that. So I'll rename this sketch of, I'll just call it the tail. Sketch of tail, go extrude, and I pick this, and I know that I want it symmetrical, and I want it 10 millimeters. I'll OK that. I'm just going to turn off each of these guys here, just so they're not taken away from the look of the drawing. I'll go up here, I'll hit isometric. That is our plane. Now, something happened there, did it? No, it didn't. We've got part 3, part 2, part 1. Now that's interesting. See where they have the extrude of the tail fin? I'm going to edit that. I didn't want to add it. I'm going to make it new. And I'll OK that. And see it's a different colour now because I've got the separate parts. So I have 4 parts. And that's what I want. So I could name them down here. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it at that there. And that's the drawing of them.